Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter project every single weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and giving my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today, I'm very excited to be checking out Cyberpunk 2077 Gangs of Night City, the board game. Take control of ruthless gangs vying for dominance over the criminal underworld in the ... by CMON. So this is currently the most popular project on all of Kickstarter right now. Yesterday was a super soft launch day. I think this was the only thing that launched. It launched later in the afternoon. And everybody is up in arms about a variety of different things. However, me, of course, being me, I'm up in arms about how crappy, this main image sucks. I hate it. It's so generic. It's so boring. There's no theme in the background. There's no player count here. There's no time link. There's no age. There's no mechanisms. There's no nothing about this game except, hey, it's a Cyberpunk 2077 game. It's just, I don't even get it. Look at this. Oh, we're showcasing meeples here. And we're showcasing how gorgeous the board looks and the artwork. And there's just so many things we can showcase. We're just like, white. Just the white. The color white. And of course, it's a project we love because Kickstarter makes a lot of money off CMON. But it's already raised $250,000. And that's not why most people are mad about this project. Apparently, it has something to do with the shipping. Now, I've tried to go into this as fresh as I possibly could be, knowing next to nothing. But, Jimmy... Oh, wait. What? Oh, no. What happened to Jimmy's comment? So there was a comment earlier about how it was there's issues with shipping, big issues. I don't see where it is now. Okay, so Gangs of Night City board game. Still don't know the player count. Can't really read it from here. I'm assuming there's going to be miniatures because it's CMON. But as always, when we go in the video, I'm thinking three things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Now, as always, before we get in the video, there's also the other factor too, which is which way are they going to try and advertise this? More to the Cyberpunk fans or more to the board game fans? And judging from the lack of any board game information at all in the description and in the main thing, I'm gonna guess it's strictly video game fans. And I'm gonna speculate we're gonna get a very cinematic one here. But granted, CMON normally does that anyway. Let's get into the video. Illegal cyberware sold on every street corner in a place we call Night City. Oh, it's a board game. Area control. Gangs, it looks like, man. Gangs of Night City. The board game. Dispatch your underlings. There's minis. Build your army. Hack into the net. Uncover buried secrets. The game is okay if you get it for like $50 or less. Nothing exciting about it, says Panic. Yeah, honestly, I mean, just at first glance, a minute and a half into this, nothing about this really, strikes me. It just seems like a very generic-looking cyberpunk board game. This looks like a lot of other games that I've seen before. It looks very familiar. That was annoying music, and I listened to punk. Yeah, the music was, I guess that's what they're going for. You get $1 for each something you have. mixing the video game shots with the board game shots, I feel like we're doing that a bit too much. Maybe it's just me. It's just, I get it. I got it. I get it. It's a Cyberpunk 2077 board game. I get it. You don't need to keep showing me snippets of Cyberpunk. I already have my own buyers. You know, Cyberpunk was my Christmas present for my kids so many years ago. And here's the secret. They used to feel bad because I didn't play it. And so you know what I'd do? At nighttime, I would just click on Cyberpunk just for a second so it would show as one of my last played games on Xbox. Because the game... Oh, never mind. Oh, these are the different gangs, presumably from the video game, but they're going by really fast. I can't even read that with the font. Let me try it again. Damn it! Okay. All right, one more time. Maelstrom, I got that one. Maelstrom. Valentine's, I think. Street cred is all that matters, aka victory points. Where actions have consequences. Ooh, that's actually kind of cool. What will your story be? First-person RPG doesn't really mesh well with area control board game. At least not in the video, it didn't for me. So this looks like a Ticket to Ride style box. It looks like that's about the size of the gist I'm getting for this box, okay? So at this point, I'm probably thinking $60 to $80. That's just my first guess that just pops into my brain of what this is probably going to cost. So 3,414 backers have made this a reality. It's done by CMON. Now, CMON is both a studio and publisher of great tabletop games like Zombicide, Blood Rage, The Others, Rising Monsters, Massive Darkness. If you haven't heard of CMON, then you're very, very new to the hobby. They are a massively popular, massively, they're just, in our hobby, they're a very large company. Like, they're not Mattel, Hasbro, or Asmodee, but they're in the tier down below that. So, Marvel Zombies, Masters of the Universe. Pretty sure this one is not out. I don't think this one is out. Marvel X-Men United. I do think this one is out. So, just want to see how many games they have still out pending. No, actually, I think this one is out. I think I've seen somebody showcasing that giant mini. Oh my gosh, 97,000 comments. Oh my god. Last baited stretch goals. Cards for extra Hydra troops. Pledge manager. Did people get their stuff? That's all I'm trying to get here. I think they did. Hey, can anyone say how CMON is with changing shipping addresses to different countries? This is pretty ridiculous. I've had an open ticket with CMON since May 21st regarding making changes to my pledge, and I've had no reply at all. Couldn't wait to take money off us for the stupid shipping prices, but otherwise radio silence. This will be my last CMON project I'll be backing. Just my 2 cents, but this Marvel Zombies Heroes Resistance sounds like what is going to hit retail in October. Then would that satisfy... Yeah, this was the weird one where like part of it was coming out now, and part of it was coming out a year later. Though that one isn't out yet, the only people who've had Galactus are content makers. Ooh, that's a rough look there. They haven't shipped Trudvang yet. It's 18 months late. Trudvang. Where's that one? Oh, that one's down here. Oh, wow. Okay. Night of the Living Dead. Have they done the Night of the Living Dead? I didn't even realize that this one came out. Did this one come out? Updates. Final Days, Braves a New Frontier, so I don't think this one is out. I think pretty sure I would have heard about this one. And then the game, I never received it. Still haven't received my game yet. Me too. We'll never get the game. They will have to close the order down. Does anyone know when this game will arrive? I still haven't seen my game. Welcome to the club. I put in a ticket months ago and I haven't heard anything. Has anyone heard from CMON? Oh my god, it's so bad! So how many are still outstanding? Sean, that's the magic number. And I don't want to dwell too long on this number, but it doesn't look like it's a great number. Now, that being said, this is a company that puts out a lot of games. I remember back in the day when like, a couple of years ago at Gen Con, they were putting out, like, 8, 9 games. It was crazy. So they put out tons of stuff, which means they're going to have a lot more stuff that's not out. But if that's something you're concerned about, supporting companies that don't have a lot of projects out, CMON's probably not going to be for you. I'll just leave it at that. Also, if you're having any back-end customer service issues, this is just flaming dumpster fire. They have just decided, you know what? We're just going to let this one burn. Did this game come out? Is it out? So many questions. Yeah, I can learn more. Wait, can I learn more? Can I buy it right now? Is this one out? No. No, it's available now. What? Okay, I can add to cart. It's just all these people in the comments section who you just abandoned and ignored their tickets. Ooh, isn't there a rule on Kickstarter open projects? Not when you're making them a lot of money. Okay, so can you do it? Is yes. I feel comfortable. This will be out. Like I'm not worried that this isn't going to exist. Was July 2023. So yeah, they're hoping this is going to be a Gen Con Origins kind of thing next year. Can you do it? Yeah, but there's a lot of people who don't like CMON. They've burned a lot of bridges with a lot of people for a lot of reasons. I have a retail version of Night of the Living Dead. Thank you, John. So it is out. It's just they just are like, comment section, whatever. Apparently placing cards takes a long time as well. I don't know. Doesn't look good there. The rule only applies to new creators. Well, how are they going to have projects that are out? Oh, they're saying you can't start a new account. Got it. Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, back to the game, though. What? There's so much stuff around the game. 1 to 4 players, ages 14 plus, 90 to 120 minutes to play. I would have loved to know that straight from the jump. Now it's it's a medium weight game. Is a competitive game in which 1 to 4 players take the role of ruthless gangs vying for control of the underground in the glittering hellhole that is Night City. So you choose your story, then you recruit your people, then you go around, beat stuff up, try and control the area, it looks like. Use net runners to uncover corporate secrets, hire famous edge runners. Oh my gosh, it's Keanu Reeves. Earn street cred, live in infamy, and it's $110. Wow. Okay. I remember I was saying 60 to 80 really seemed kind of reasonable to me based on what I was thinking I was getting in the box, so hopefully they wow me with this long, sexy scrolling shot right here. So 3 minis. I'd love to know the size of these minis. 333, 333. Okay, looks, and then you got the special ones. Okay, so that's a good chunk of minis right there. Actually, that's 9, 18, 27, 36, 41, 46. That's 46 minis. That's a lot of minis. I now understand the price tag a lot more. Okay, cool. 1 double-sided game board. Love to know the dimensions of the game board. What's on the other side as well would be nice. Why do I need the other side? Does it just look different, or is it different gameplay-wise? Gang dashboards. I'd like to see these zoomed in, maybe. 38 combat cards, 10 edge runner cards, 24 opportunity cards. Not a huge chunk of cards there. It's about 72 cards, something like that. But here we go. More cards. 7 Night Tour, 8 Subtle Warfare story cards, 7 Inconvenient Gift story cards, 6 Tang Tao Combat upgrade cards. So now we're getting a bunch more cards. 9 Story of Success story cards. All right. 6 single-player district cards. Awesome single-player profile cards. Great. So its own little solo mode right here. Spoilers. Wait until you see the shipping cost. Oh, no. What's that meme? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. All the extras being added to your pledge. So these are Kickstarter exclusives. You'll have to buy them after the fact. So, am I correct? Wait, no. So, all the extras being added to your pledge. So are these the Kickstarter stretch goals or unlocks or whatever it is? Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 19 minis. That's a huge chunk of minis. And now I'm like at $110. I'm like, okay, that seems much more reasonable. But from what I saw before, up to this point, I was not thinking $110 game. Not with the box you showed me. Not with the components you showed me, which I don't think I saw most of these people. They are stretch goal unlocks. Okay. Nice. Put them in the long, sexy scrolling shot, CMON. Come on. Other Kickstarter exclusive. V single-player variant, reform time story. Please be aware that the rule booklet is a work in progress. Cool. Still check it out. Gameplay video. Here we go.
Hello, welcome to Quackalo.
Hour long. Great full gameplay. Love it. Kickstarter exclusive. Note that anything marked with this icon is an exclusive item for Kickstarter backers or for other crowdfunding platforms. Remaining stock available through conventions and special promotion only. Stretch goals. Single player mode. Cool. Love that. Is that more single player mode? No, that is the single player mode. Okay, so that was not originally there. It was a 2 to 4 player game when this first launched. Then they added that. Okay. And then these are micro stretch goals every $5,000. Figure and card. I'd love to see the card. Honestly, I'd love to see the card. I'd love to see what it looks like. Give me a gist. How much more gameplay is this giving me here? 2 single-player profile cards? Cool. Tons of minis. Tons of minis. Oh my gosh. And I go back to that main image. Everybody, we haven't even gotten to the shipping yet. I go to this main image and say, look how much wasted space there is here. 48 Cyberpunk minis, 60, 20 stretch goals unlocked. There's so much more information that could be conveyed here. That's not. It's just bland whiteness. And that's just league. So what do we got? Overview. Components. Where's the game board? Where's the setup? Components and setup. Okay. Looks like a CMON rule booklet. Wow, there we go. There's the setup. On page 10. Ugh, I hate that. I hate that. Why put the basic concepts first? I feel like the basic concepts are easier to understand when the board is already set up. Maybe it's just me, but could we all just industry standard that? Gameplay? Or just get it set up before you start explaining everything to me. Just makes everything so much easier. Then the back, common slang. If I was CMON, the Kickstarter page for the game would be neon everywhere. The page is bland as F. I gotta agree. I do have to agree. Some of the Kickstarters that they put up, they have the spectacle. They have the show. They feel like a fun event. What was it? Zombicide Undead comes to my mind. I got done watching that video, and it was just a fun journey. This one, not as much. And maybe it's not. Maybe it's because I'm not a diehard Cyberpunk 2077 fan. But Jimmy in the comments, he was saying the same thing. He's like, I'm a diehard Cyberpunk fan, and this is, and it does. It doesn't. It just looks like another Cyberpunk game. Oh, $50 to $60. What? I thought I was. What? Is $50 to $60 to ship this box? That box? Where are you hand delivering them? Come on. Is that right? $50 to $60. Okay. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? It's cartoonish. Well, maybe you could show me, presumably, what this $50, $60 is going to look like instead of showing me this. Because right now, this is what I'm seeing to ship $50 to $60. And that does not... That's, wow, why do that? All right, so we got no thank you pledge. They didn't even put in a $1 pledge level. But apparently... that's where a huge chunk of the backers are. So 2,232 people have made this come to life, but there's 1,200 backers who just back for $1 to complain, I guess? Wow. Yes, because add-ons and stretch goals add more to the shipping, $170 for a core box. And I get that. I get that now, why it costs that much if you're going to be giving me all these minis and all these things. But it's just... Here's the thing. Let's break it down to brass tacks. What I've unlocked so far, it's just so hard. Like, I understand why they have to do this. And if you don't get it, it's really quite simple, at least I think. It's because they have this grandiose game plan that's going to have all these minis and all these cards and tons 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 of stuff. And they know roughly how much that's probably going to weigh and how much that's probably going to cost to ship, at least nowadays. That could drastically change when this game is ready. And so they're giving us that number, but we haven't been impressed nearly enough yet because, like I said, this was the first thing we shot. I saw that video, and I wasn't thinking, wow, drop-dead gorgeous components. I was thinking annoying music and generic, like, we're really milking the theme hardcore here. Like, look, I don't know. Definitely, the comment section is great. Definitely worth $1. Okay, we'll get there. So, the shipping is, that's going to be a deal breaker for a lot of people, which sucks. Unfortunately, different import laws and customs made it impossible to CMON to ship games to certain places. VAT will be calculated, so you will get jacked by the VAT. Click here for the VAT for each country. Cool, so I do like that. That's nice and convenient. Percentages. I think it's the volatility of shipping, gas price, and inflation. Yeah, and like I said, there have been other projects that have said, we're going to charge you $30 to $60 in that range. 50, like, there are other projects. This is not, wow, this is $50, $60 for this. It's just how unimpressed I was with the thing that's going to cost 50 to 60 bucks. Like, if you show me 3 massive boxes full of minis, like I think it was, I don't remember, maybe it was Youthia, I think it was one that got canceled or something like that, and then you say 50, 60 bucks, I say, okay, I get it. These are huge boxes that are weird shapes, full of plastic and wood and minis. However, what they show us is, hey, here you go. This is just it's weird. I don't think they did a great job spotlighting just how amazing the Edge Runner is going to be. Okay. Kickstarter Edge, pledge to charge, keep up to date with everything. CMON, risks and challenges, refund policy. So we have no quotes at all from anyone. We have seen not that much of the game. Like, I feel like they added so many in the stretch goals, and I don't know. Let's go check out the FAQ, the updates, comments, give this one a grade. Can I get pledges? Can I get multiples of my basic pledge? Yeah, of course. Where can I pay for shipping? What is the size of the miniatures? Hey, 32 millimeters. I'd convert that to inches. I'm pretty sure that's obviously millimeters is industry standard, but for newer people into the hobby, especially for something like this, Cyberpunk, which is going to draw on people who are not necessarily board gamers, who just want this on their shelves, I would mention the inches as well. And that's honestly one thing I want to check. How many new people are there? There we go. So 104. So this is not bringing in all those new people. That number right there is honestly very surprising to me. And I want to go check out something. I'm going to do a little snooping right here. Let's go to Monster Hunter board game on Kickstarter, because I would have assumed that number would have been substantially higher because you're bringing in new people who are not necessarily... Why is this in German? Yeah, so I don't know why it's in this. So for Monster Hunter, they brought in 3,700 people who were not... Why is this in German? Who are not Kickstarter backers. But you get the general idea that I'm trying to create there. That it's just... That tells me that they're not bringing in nearly as many outside video gamers as they were hoping to. What's the refund policy? We can refund you with 14 days if the campaign ends. Yeah, that's helpful. I mean, it is if you have an emergency within 14 days, but that's, yeah. And then how many updates have we had? We've had 17 updates in one day. That's because that's what I want. I want 17 emails from Kickstarter about this one project. And we look at the law of diminishing returns. 2 comments, 5 comments, 4 comments, 10 comments, 1 comment, 5 comments. We're not getting people engaged here. 23 hearts, 25 hearts. Yeah, let's look at the hearts. I mean, 25 hearts, 26 hearts. The number slowly continues to go down. So 27 to 26 to 25 to 23 to 21. Back up to 23. Like, you're gonna, and then to 13. Now they just did this one, but you're gonna wear people out here, you know? And like, what is this? I bet this was I bet this was prepackaged. Everything about this was just copy and pasted. They had this ready beforehand. Not sure how much advertising they did. I did not see anything about this game until someone mentioned it in a Discord server yesterday. That's a great point, Steven. I feel like this is one where you would see... I feel like this is one where Facebook ads, since I'm in a lot of video game groups as well, because sometimes I feel like I see a lot of ads on Kickstarter for a Kickstarter project. This one, I also feel like just kind of dropped out of nowhere. They launched it, in the afternoon yesterday, and it looks like nearly 1,200 people. Just wow. So not particularly engaging updates. It doesn't look like right there. Comments. All right, here we go, and then we'll get to the grade. Just pledged $1, which I'm going to remove before the end to ask, how many serious backers are experienced board gamers, and how many are video gamers who are lured by the IP are unaware of CMON practices, their shallow gameplay, and their disrespect for backers or retail? And that was honestly something that I love knowing the answer to that as well. If you're familiar with this channel, I always ask when we do these video game ones, when we do the final grade, let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for this project. But are you a big fan of the IP? Because I think it says a lot when you can get, oh yes I am, or oh no I'm not. I'm both an experienced board gamer and video game lover. I know CMON and know what I'm in for, so that is why they only get $1. Ow. If it wasn't for CMON's deceit, greed / lies, whatever you want to call it, this would have been over 1 million by now. Just like the disaster that was the Far Cry game. When you're struggling to hit a mill with an IP this huge, you know you royally effed up. Let's see if they can turn the ship around, because it's just taking on water right now. And here's the thing. This is not a very productive comment. It's venting, but I don't disagree with it necessarily. Like, if I told you right now, there's a Cyberpunk 2077 project and it hit $1 million, would you be shocked? You'd be like, no, you wouldn't be shocked. You'd be like, okay. It's not my cup of tea. Whatever. It seems reasonable. Especially when you just looked at the Monster Hunter one, where it was like, just tons. Changed my pledge from $1.10 to $1. I know when it comes time to pay for shipping that I will regret it. There's a video watching it as I browse the comments. The US $50, $60 shipping cost expansion looks enticing. I might get that, but again, the save yourself $160 option looks pretty good too. Decisions. Oh, hello, folks. Any chance to have a translation in French? FAQ number 3. No. This Kickstarter is only for English version of the game. Versions in other languages will open up in our international backers. $1 club pledge, which I canceled on the last day just to say treat backers with respect, CMON. Honest question, is the game worth $110/$160? Watch the King of Backers video and you'll have the best answer to your question. I wonder why they didn't spotlight that. I would have loved a solid Cyberpunk board game, but I do not like what I saw. It's a simplistic area control game that has almost connection to the IP. It will be loaded with cheap plastic, make it look like you're getting a lot for your money, but those are not a good value at all. If you really want the minis or even want to take a shot at the game, easily wait until retail, which will save you up to $100 in eventual shipping charges. It's nowhere near being worth that. Then this is really just a flaming dumpster fire. And I would say they're not popping in here at all, but then again, all these comments are in the last hour. Hey, there we are. There we go. So they are in there every once in a while. I imagine that's not a particularly fun job being the collaborators on this project. But bottom line is they made their money, $250,000. I saw an advertisement, not sure where it may have been Facebook. Okay. Final grade for this one. Do I want it? Like, here's the idea. I wanted to like Cyberpunk 2077. It had a bunch of bugs and I just never got back to it. I like area control games. I like the gist of this game, making your own team. Like, this is the kind of game that I really should be interested in, especially when you factor in that every single one of those expansion minis comes with a card and makes it its own special, unique, asymmetric character in the game, meaning that every single game is going to be different. Did they spotlight much of that? No, they did not. So do I want it? I mean, I can take it or leave it. Can you do it? Yes, but if I have any issues, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a pleasant experience. I look back at that comment section of the undead one, and it's just a ghost town. It's a ghost town. Let's check out this one. Are they supporting this one? Because I don't think that one's... Yeah, I'm pretty sure Massive Darkness 2 is not out yet. But it doesn't look like a pleasant buyer experience unless you get all your stuff. But if you don't, it doesn't look like the customer service is something that's going to be fantastic. Or it might just take a while, I should say that. How much is it? The price, once again, based on the video and the box that I was shown, I was like, $60, $80. That's what I'm expecting. And then it was $110. And then it was $160 or with the shipping. And I said, whoa, what the hell? Like, where did this come from? And it's because the micro stretch goals. Which is just, hey, every $5,000, we're going to give you a new mini. Massive Darkness 2 is out. Thank you, Nathan. Much appreciated that info, because I don't want to misspeak. Because I've gotten blasted before, like, you said this, we had this many games out. Yeah, so I appreciate that. So Sean's going D+. Final grade on this one. Yeah, to me, it's low, because the bottom line is, I should be interested in this game. And I'm not. And I think I'm kind of the target market. I like Cyberpunk. I bought the game. I wanted to play the game. I like the idea of the game. But if I'm just a diehard Cyberpunk fan, I think you priced me out at $160. And if I'm a board gamer, I say this does not look like $160 worth of game here. And maybe there is. Maybe it's just all buried in the details of all those extra unlocks. But it looks like you got a whole other stinking game. Because at the end of the day, when you're telling me this box costs $50 to $60 to ship, I say, and here's the bottom line. Even if this just showed me, honestly, what I was going to get. And we've probably all seen it on Facebook. When someone gets their Marvel United, whatever, and it's this stupidly tall thing of games. If they had that, but it was Cyberpunk 2077, if that was the main picture, I feel like they'd have a lot less complaining. Like, be like, oh yeah, it's going to be over the course of 2, 3, 4 more boxes. They're literally just trying. Sam gave it an E. What? They're literally just trying to exploit the Witcher success from last year. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. It's very interesting to me, and I'm very curious to see where CMON goes with their next project, because it keeps. Why am I in German? What the heck did I click on? It just keeps look like the issues keep mounting up, and I don't know. But the bottom line is they made $254,000. At the end of the day, this is going to happen. It's going to get made. But then again, people said that about Youthia. They hit $400,000. It did get made. End of the day, my final grade, I think, is a. I'm trying to think of what I liked about this. Let's rewind. What did I like about it? I hated the main image. I didn't like the video. I wasn't a fan of the music or just the constant, like, hey, I get it. It's a Cyberpunk 2077 game. It didn't feel that much like a Cyberpunk 2077 price at all. I get to the price and I'm like, wow, that seems higher than I was expected. But then I do get to the stretch goals. I'm like, oh, actually tons of plastic. But then I get to the $50, $60 shipping. And it's not a fun roller coaster ride of going through this Kickstarter at all. And then when I go to the comments, it's like, oh, you know what? Maybe retail's the way to go on something like this, is just because if I have issues and I go back through their comment section and people are just completely neglected for years. They say, yeah, I've had this ticket open and nothing's happened. It's just not a fun experience. And I guess I think I'm going to D as well. I'm here with Nathan there. So I'm going to go Cyberpunk 2077 Gangs of New York City. Night City, the board game. They're still making $250,000. So they're still going to get theirs. They're going to get it from the diehard Cyberpunk fans, but Not a very fun project to go through. But let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for this one. And let me know if you're a Cyberpunk 2077 fan. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.